So how does this really impact? Because people could already transact with Bitcoin. The point I was trying to get to was, does this have any impact? Because now it's part of a larger ecosystem, because you're never going to be telling a Blackstone or these larger funds that they can't move money. So if they're buying $10 billion worth of Bitcoin, like, and again, maybe I'm showing my ignorance that I don't know.
That's what I was agreeing with you.
The point I'm trying to make is, like, if I'm buying a shit or a ton of money on Coinbase, and then Coinbase says, that's great, we're going to take your money. Okay, I want it back. They're going to be like, no, not so fast. It's in Bitcoin. And then you have to stair step your money out. Does this impact any of that?
You mean like the withdrawal limits?
No, or withdrawal or transaction or anything like that.
So you're talking about withdrawal limits on Coinbase, and that is annoying. That's what a lot of people don't like about it.
Right.
There is no the way these ETFs are regulated. There is no you can't. There was actually one of the sticking points why there was a delay. Is you can't have there's no ability to fund it or remove funding from ownership of these ETF shares in crypto. The SEC wouldn't allow deposits or purchases made in crypto. It can't be in kind or something like that was the word that they use. So, like, there is definitely going to be, this is a derivative that's only tradable in dollars, and as far as the SEC's regulations concerned.
And then also on that, is it like, because again, I've not studied up on it. I'm just showing my ignorance. I'll be the layman for the idiot on the internet.
There are no dumb questions.
I differ on that. But like, so how does this really impact? Because people could already transact with Bitcoin. Is this just making it legal for, like, the big boys in New York to start playing in that world? Is that what this is?
Essentially,
let mutual funds jump in it as well?
So there's a lot of, I'll let you give the real answer. But for what Mark and I were talking about yesterday is it's horses for courses, right? Like, you're always still going to be able to have custodial Bitcoin. If you aren't good at managing your private keys, there's always Coinbase and things like it.
Right.
But you'll never be able to put your Coinbase account without jumping through a lot of crazy hoops inside of your IRA or your 401k. And that's the number one use case I see for it. You probably see a bunch of other ones, knowing the industry better than I do.
So to address one part of the point, it's ETF is about as efficient as it gets. Mutual funds are all kind of, this is why you're seeing BlackRock and Fidelities and some of these companies coming up with ETFs or ETNs, depending on the security. But they're a more efficient, tax efficient, and fee efficient vehicle than a mutual fund. So you're not going to see you're probably not going to see any mutual funds that are crypto, if you will. Secondarily, the big ability here is that you've got companies, like real major companies, insurance companies, any AT&T, phone companies, whatever it is, that didn't want to take crypto as a payment because they don't want to keep it on their balance sheet, period, right? They don't want something that swings so wildly from one day to the next on their balance sheet, because then they have to keep track of that on their profit and loss statement. And how do you do that efficiently? Well, what has happened is that now you're going to be able to see that these companies are going to be able to take crypto in some form or fashion and keep it on their balance sheet because they could sell it immediately, efficiently, right?
Well, that was one thing with, like,
and I don't know how many steps there are in between that, but this is what this leads to. That's what this legislation leads to, is that it is an actual security that can be traded on an exchange. They have validated, for the most part, that it has a use case and that people want to trade it.
Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.